Okay, so I wanted to talk about my experience. A few months ago, I purchased the Zulisy Z2-R. It's got a Delta Point Pro footprint, and I put it on my Echelon, and I, I I I fell in love. It was a budget optic, and I beat it up. I put around 400 or 500 rounds that day, and it behaved so good. It kept zero the whole time. It was putting hole inside a hole inside a hole on the target, and that's a good feeling when you're shooting at the range and you just making that red dot in the middle of your target just disappear. So I was so impressed that I went ahead and purchased the Oak Plus right here from my. It's an RMR footprint, and same thing with this one. I put around 800 rounds through it, and it's not bad for like what I think I paid 140, 125 for this one, and 140 for this one. And they're big windows. Like, I have the red one also. This is the green one. I let my friend borrow it so he can put it on his watchtower, and they're really good optics. I don't beat up my optics or anything. I just run them. I shoot. I put them in my bag, put them in my safe, and then pull them out a few weeks later and do the same thing all over again. I just run them. So I won't beat them up because I paid money for these. So I like the way they look nice. I don't want to scratch them up, scuff them up. So I won't do no review on beating up my optic or anything. But that said, I was so impressed that I wanted to run these on some other guns that I have. So today, let me move this out of the way. Got my new delivery, and I purchased 3 more Zulisys. And let's see what we got. Like I said, I'm not being paid by this company. We had a little problem online, and their customer service was so good. I was supposed to receive an optic, and I didn't get it in time. And they were so good with me. They replied right away to my email, and they sent me another optic, which is the red one, and that's the one that I let my friend borrow. So I needed some for the another RMR. This is the Oak C footprint. Let's see what we got on this one. This is the Z1-R. It's kind of like this one, but a little smaller for an RMSC footprint. Get that out of the way. And the last one I got is this big one, the Z1-XL, which is an RMSC, but it's huge. Let's see this one first. This is the one I really want to see, because I'm going to put this one on my Bursa. So, you get your little, it tells you, like the daylight reticle, and then, from night, sunny day, how to adjust your optic, which way to move the toggles, which are really good toggles on here. So it's really good adjusting. You can hear the clicks, really good. How to zero your optic, your owner's manual, cleaning cloth, and the optic itself. Oh, a bunch of screws. Who cares about the screws? Nobody cares. You're gonna use them when you use them. So let's see what we have. Yes, it's pretty decent size. I'm gonna put this one on my, let me go get it. I'm gonna run it on my Bursa. Right now I have the Osite C on the Bursa, which is, it's an RMR, but I found a plate that runs good. The problem is that I do not have co-witness, and it sits a little high. So I wanted to go back to the standard footprint that it uses, which is the RMSC, but I wanted something decent. I had the Gideon on here, and it just, not even the first range out. First of all, I couldn't really get it to zero because it was sitting too high or something. I couldn't get the dot low enough. I guess I needed a shim or something. So I was not impressed with that. I put it on the match. It works okay in the match. So on the Bursa, I wanted a nice optic, so I put this plate on there. It's from Cross Armory. It's an RMR SC to RMR plate. So you can put an RMR on here. And it works good. But I wanted it to sit a little lower, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this guy on there. And then see how she goes. Like I said, I was really impressed with the quality. These things are solid. They're like I mean, aluminum. I think 60, 75 aluminum, or I'll say it here somewhere. But you know, I was really impressed with the quality of these optics. You know, so I'm gonna put them on a few of my other guns. I got 2 more over here to put on. This is gonna be for my daily carry. This one right here. I'm gonna put this one on my Canic for my daily carry, which I have right here. Also, I'm a big O-sight guy. I have O-sights on all mine. It's a good optic, but it sits a little too high. So I wanted something that sits a little lower, more concealable. So I got this one to try it out. I think it might be too big still too. But we'll see once I put it on, see how it looks, how it feels, and go from there. Okay, so I went ahead and put the battery in it, and I just wanted to, so before I mount it, look how clear that dot is. And this is the old sight. Let me see if I catch it right there. And they're both turned, all the way up. But just look how clear one is compared to the other. That's amazing. I mean, you seeing it through the lens of the phone or the camera, you can't really tell, but when you have it in your face and you're looking at it, like, it is crystal. Like, it is the most roundest dot. I believe this is a 6 MOA dot. I think, don't quote me on that. Give me 1 second. But I believe it is the 6 MOA dot. It's somewhere around here. But yeah, it is a good dot, and the glass is super clear. Yeah, I can't wait to try this out. Okay, so I got it on, and it looks great. I really am happy with the way it came out. Like, I can co-witness now. You can see perfectly. Boom, it's right there. And that dot is just perfect. Beautiful dot. This is the plate I was talking about. I got it on Amazon, Cross Armory. It's an RMSC to RMR. So if you have this gun, or if you have something with an RMSC and you wanna switch it to an RMR, this plate worked pretty good. I just wanted to co-witness, and I wanted it to sit a little lower. And this has a nice big glass, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good to shoot. It's gonna be fun. And the next one we're gonna do now is, all right. So the next one I'm gonna look at is the Z1-R. I'm gonna put it on my Canic. I have right now, like I said, I have the old sight, the SE, which is a really good optic. I've had it for maybe a year now. I beat the shit out of it. It's really good optic. But I want something that's just a little lower, and I'm gonna save this for something else later. So we're gonna open this one up and see, just like the other one. Comes with your instruction manual, your shot calibration, how to turn your everything. They all come with pretty much the same stuff. And then here it is, what we want to see. Oh, and they all come with these covers. So when you store your gun in your safe or your box or whatever, in your gun bag, you can protect it from getting scratched up. This is gonna be this is my carry gun, so. And there it is. I mean, it's not bad. I think it sits a little lower, or about the same. We're gonna see. Close to the same. Still feel. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it on here or not. I'm gonna put it on and see how it works. I'm gonna take them to the range tomorrow and shoot and see how it holds. If it holds up, then I'll keep it on. If not, then I will go back to my old sight. Okay, so I put the battery on just to show how the dot looks. It's a nice dot also. And the difference between the old sight and this one is this is just a dot, where the old sight does have the multi-reticle where I can change between the dot, the circle, the circle and the dot. But I don't really use the circle and the dot. I like to be more precise, so I always keep it on the dot. And when it comes to just the dot alone, let me turn it all the way up. Let's see if we catch it. Right there. I mean, you can see it's like a 4 MOA dot. It's really nice. It's really clear. Like, I can see it perfectly. Once I get it on the gun mounted, it's gonna be really nice. And they both have, it has, you know, you can hear the clicking on these buttons. Same as the old sight. You know, I'm not knocking the old sight. So I love, like I said, these are really good. I just wanted to switch up, you know. And I like the way they ran on my 1911s, so on my double stacks. So here I am putting it on my carry. And I have one more. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it on yet. I have a few on the wall that would look nice on, you know. But I do like old sight as well. But trying out these guys, budget, you know, you can spend $400 or $500 on an optic, and then, you know, but I'd rather spend that extra $300, $200 on ammo. That's my thing. I'd rather just buy more ammo, shoot. You know, I'm not gonna beat these things up. I'm gonna run them, and when they die, if I can send them back, I send them back. If not, I haven't had any problems. But I did have a Zulisy that I had to send back, and it stopped working. It would go to sleep, and I would have to turn it on all the time, and it just wouldn't stay awake. When it timed out, it just turned off. And then I took it to the range and put a few rounds through it, and it just turned off. I kept having to manually turn it back on, and it, you know, you can't trust something like that. I need it to stay on when I'm using it and off when I'm not. So I'm gonna put this on, see how it looks. We'll go from there. All right, so here I got it on the Canic. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. It sticks out a little too much, but I do notice that when I point, I find the dot a lot faster. It's right there as soon as I point. So we'll see. You know, I don't Loctite anything right now. I just put them on, and when I take them to the range, if they run good, then, you know, if I'm going to keep it on the gun, then I'll Loctite it like I had everything else, so I don't have to break that seal. But I don't think it looks too bad. You know, it's a crispy dot. I'll tell you that right now. It's really nice. Like, empty, no mag. Really nice. This one has a battery that goes in. They're all using the, I think it's 1632 batteries. And on the other one, it mounts on the side. I don't know if I showed that earlier. The one I put on the Bursa. It's a side mounted battery, so nothing goes underneath it. And then also for the empty, this is also a side mounted battery, which I have not checked to see if it's tight. I put 800 rounds through over the weekend, and it was, I'm telling you, I was impressed. So I wanted to definitely get more. This is the bedside gun, so it doesn't leave the house much. It just stays in my little box by the bed. I had a light. Got to put it back on. But here it is on the Canic. Not sure what I'm going to do with the other one, but let's check it out since we got you here. Get this out of the way. This is the Oak RMR. I might put it on my Smith & Wesson. I don't have anything on there right now. I was going to put this one on the Smith & Wesson, but we'll see. This is the Oak. It's really nice. They all have, like, you know, the kind of the same look. They all have the same look. All of them. What I like also about this is it has like a lip up here, so when you rack the gun, when you put your hand up here to rack it, it doesn't leave your palm print. I don't know if you've ever noticed. Sometimes when you rack the on the optic, it leaves your palm print on the glass, and then you're like, you know, you got to wipe it off. Gets oil on there, whatever, gunpowder. So yeah, but they all have like the same look, and the glass sticks back a little bit, so it gives you a little spot. So when you press your palm against it, unlike the these, like you can see my palm print right there, maybe a little palm print right there, boom, from racking it on the glass. I mean, it's nothing, but it's just, you know, one less thing to worry about when you're shooting. You know, when you rack it, you don't have to worry about your palm print being on the glass. I didn't show you everything that came in this box. It comes with a pick rail, so if you want to mount this on a rifle, this is for the Oak C RMR. So if you want to mount it on a rifle or a shotgun or something that has Picatinny rails. And it also comes with a bunch of screws. It came with the battery, extra battery right there. I have a ton of these. These are the 1632 batteries, like I said. The cleaning cloth, the instruction manual, everything, you know, so pretty well. I put all my screws. I eventually empty out all these little bags and I put them all in my little tray right here. I got all my screws labeled. When you buy a lot of optics, you get a lot of screws, and they do, you know, so I can just throw them away as soon as I'm done with them. I don't never reuse the same screw, so got plenty. I do keep sometimes the screws for the plates. Those are harder to come by. They're the smaller ones that sit flush with when you with an optic plate. But other than that, everything else I throw away. Yeah, don't reuse screws if you don't need to. All right, so I think I'm gonna put it on the Smith and the Smith and Wesson M&P. Empty. I think it looks good on there. I haven't mounted it yet. I just looking at it, but I think it looks good on there. Yeah, I was gonna put the old sight on here, but I think I'm gonna put the old sight on the Walter and put this one on the Smith West. Yeah, I think I like the way this looks. I gotta hold it. It's not on. All right, but I am not gonna bore you guys anymore with this. All right. Now, I don't really have a review on these yet because, as you can see, I just put them on. But I will review where she's at right here. The Oak Plus G and the Oak Plus and the regular Oak Plus, the RMR ones. They're the same, except one is green, one is red. The red one, my friend's using it right now. He has it on his range gun. And we were over the weekend. We went to the range and I put 800 rounds through this gun, and that dot stayed perfect. I should have kept some of my targets so you can see how clear. We're shooting 25, 30 feet, up to 40 feet, I think is the furthest back. And we were hitting consistently. And like I said, I don't beat up my optics. I'm not going to bang it on the table or anything like that. Like you see on other, I pay for these. These are all mine. Like Zulisy's never sent this out to me. I bought this. So I'm not going to beat up something that I bought, you know. It works. It runs. I'll say good things about it. If it doesn't, then you know, I'll try to send it back, or you know, I don't have time to talk shit. But whatever, you know, it's my money. You spend your money how you want to spend it. If you want to, you know, put a, you know, SRO on there or a Trigicon or whatever, you want to spend, you know, $400 or $500. It's up to you. You know, I'd rather spend that money on another case of ammo, because shooting is the fun part for me. Not really how my gun looks. The gun looks great, all you know, already, and the fun part is shooting. So that's what I want to do. So I do highly recommend this optic. This is a good brand. Like I said, I had a problem with the shipping. It was supposed to come on a certain day, and then they sent me an email saying that it was going to be super late, and I was upset, and they understood, and something was I guess they had a supply shortage in the warehouse that was closest to me, so they went ahead and sent me another optic. Just they like, you know, sorry for the inconvenience, here you go, and they sent me an optic, and I was super happy with that. Like you know, they didn't have to. I you know, it came 2 days late. The one that they sent me prior, you know, the one that they sent me, you know, to you know, calm me down. That one came like the next day, and then a couple days afterward, this one came. I wanted the green one, and they sent me the red one, and that's, you know, not a lot of companies do that. Like they don't, and you know, they don't know that I'm, you know, I've been buying their brands. I buy them, and I don't really even write reviews. I don't got time for that. I'm not a YouTuber. This is like my first video, and as you can tell, but this is a good brand, I think. You know, after 800 rounds, I'm gonna put another probably on Saturday. Put another 800 or 500 rounds through it. See how much ammo I got to play with. I gotta test the other ones out too. Make sure that they hold up. But so far, after 800 rounds, it's still holding up. It's still nice, crispy green dot. Let's turn it up so you can see it. Nice, crispy dot right there. Held 0. So yeah, I really recommend them. I don't want to show you how the tactile guy. I got it. You know, but when you turn the dials, you can definitely hear the click and you can feel the click. But I have it I have it set perfectly, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But yeah, check these guys out. They're on Amazon. You can go on their website directly. I think you save money when you go on their website. It's probably like $10 cheaper on their website. I'm not sure. And yeah, check them out. All right, thank you.